Folks, before we get into the episode today, I've got to tell you about the brand new Patreon page. Don't forget to check it out, but more on that later. Let's get into the show.
Maria. Maria. Ha. Maria. Maria. Ha ha. So live your life.
Hey.
Oh. Hey.
Is the show going?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. I'm glad people got to. I'm glad I wasn't the only one forced to experience that.
Now it's out there for everybody, baby.
Okay, so the movie Click.
Yeah, we can talk. We can get back into Click.
Well, go ahead. Go for it.
No, you can go.
When the movie fuck God damn it, Matthew. I'm gonna fucking rewind your ass.
Little
dude.
do you know I just did. Yeah, I just teabagged you. You have no idea.
When that movie came out on DVD, both of my best friends had it, and we would basically just like alternate days, and we would just always have Click on like in the background of whoever's house we were at. And that movie, I hate watching it because it's so sad. Like that movie gets crazy sad. And if you watch the trailer for Click, I'm gonna look up when it came out actually because
dude, I hadn't watched it in years.
Yeah.
And I watched it on the bus like early this year,
2006.
And I remember like looking at one of our other coaches, Stan, and being like, dude, this movie is fucking so sad.
It's insanely sad. And I remember when the trailer came out, so I was 9. I would have been 9 when Click came out. And in the trailer, there's that part where he slows down the woman jogging, so like her boobs are bouncing. As a 9-year-old boy, I'm like, I gotta see this fucking movie right now. And then you watch it, and there's that, and then like he's fucking dying at that wedding, yeah. And then there's all this stuff, even like when his
kids hate him,
when he doesn't realize that like his body is kind of on autopilot when he's fast forwarding or whatever. And then Christopher Walken shows him like shoveling spaghetti into his mouth while his wife is like talking to him. It's so sad, dude. That movie is so sad. Shout out to Jonah Hill though, because he does kill it in that when he's like, maybe if somebody took me to fucking Pilates or whatever. That's a solid performance by Jonah Hill in that film.
Part.
Do you remember the part where the kids are like, when he fast forwards a little bit and he's like, hey kid, you want to watch Dragon Tales? And they're like, no, we want to watch CSI. Do you remember that?
I kind of do. Yeah.
That was also kind of like, because that was right about the age where we were starting to like Tuesdays 8:00, family gets together, we're watching NCIS, dude, like in 3rd grade.
Don't even bring
and like
up
that's just that was a very
Jethro
real.
Gibbs.
I'm Jethro Gibbs.
Don't even bring him up.
I won't, because our mom brings that up enough now. But I love it. Thanks, Mom.
Very, very sad movie.
Yeah.
He gets fat.
I'm the angel of death. That's okay. There's so much other sad stuff that happens.
That's what's sad. I mean, like, it's because he gets like, his family obviously hates him, and his wife marries that squid. Fuck that guy, dude.
I don't
when
remember
he tries
who
to
she
fight
marries.
that guy in the backyard, dude. She marries dude. He is like the guy who always. It's the guy from Stranger Things that gets murdered. That dates the what's his name?
Yeah, Will's mom.
Yeah,
the guy from Goonies. The guy from Rudy.
Yeah, the guy from Rudy.
What
dude,
the
he's
fuck is that guy's name?
He is built to play
Sean
the role
Astin.
of a fucking loser.
His name is Sean Astin.
Literally every role he's in. I mean, I guess the thing about Rudy, dude. Fuck the movie,
yeah, Rudy doesn't
that
make any
movie's
sense.
Ass.
It's dumb.
That movie sucks.
Yeah, that movie's stupid. But Goonies fucking rules. That movie is so good.
Hey, you guys.
Top notch, dude. Sloth is the fucking man. I think that guy died super young from like
Sloth,
CTE.
yeah.
Not because he was like a professional football player, the guy who played Sloth, and I think he died pretty young.
What?
Because he
sad.
Yeah, I know. If only he'd had that fucking click remote.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, Goonies is a touch sad.
Yeah, there's
and the guy who plays Data
the one
in that
part
movie?
I love in that movie is when
Which
he's
movie?
out to
Goonies.
No, in Click is when they're out to dinner with the Chinese guys, the businessmen.
Don't
and it's
remember
him and David Hasselhoff, who's his boss.
Yeah.
Some night he makes partner, and he does like this huge giant proposal, and David Hasselhoff's like, if you like do good, like you're gonna make partner kind of thing, and so he comes up with like this huge plan, and then like kind of proposes it while they're out to dinner, and David Hasselhoff like goes to the bathroom or something, and the Chinese guys like go up to the bar to get a drink, and they're speaking Chinese, but you can tell like they don't look super happy. So he uses the remote to like turn the volume up on their conversation so he can hear it, and then he translates it into English.
Yeah.
And they're like, this plan fucking sucks. Like, we don't care about like how nice this hotel is. All we care about like is our bottom line. I wish we could just get out of here and go to Chili's and have a margarita tower. So that's what these guys are saying.
Yeah.
At this like super fancy business meeting. So they all come back and sit down around the table, and he like has the folder out, and David Hasselhoff is like, tee it up, like get back into it, see, try to get him to, and he's like, you know what, like, screw this plan, like, there's way too much fancy stuff in here anyway. All we need to care about is like how many rooms we can fit in this hotel. Let's just get out of here and go to Chili's and get some margarita towers. God. And the one Asian guy's like, that sounds fucking awesome, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, and David Hasselhoff is like disgusted, and then they're all like, hey, they're all celebrating, and he's like, fucking good job, and they land the deal. And that's what really spirals his life out of control, because he kind of like, he doesn't actually become, David Hasselhoff doesn't actually make him like partner or something like that.
Oh, dang.
And David Hasselhoff marries the girl from Legally Blonde and steps away from the business, and then he starts running it, and then his life really goes. Like when his dad comes to see him and her son comes to see him, and he's on autopilot. You know what I'm talking about?
Fuck. Yeah, I honestly, I never want to watch that movie again because it's so sad. I don't think I can take it. I don't want to watch it. That's literally that song, Cats in the Cradle?
The Cats in the Cradle.
That's the movie version of that song. I don't want to. It's like, life is passing you by so fast, and there's nothing you can do about it because we're all going to die. Click. That's a song. That's a song I would write for Click if I were Adam Sandler.
Theme song of Click.
Adam Sandler movies are such a time capsule, I feel like. Like you saying David Hasselhoff being in that movie, that's so 2006 specific.
Dude.
You know what I mean? Also,
want to know a great Adam Sandler movie that doesn't get talked about enough?
Sure. The 9/11 one with Don Cheadle?
Bedtime Stories.
Bedtime Stories, 100% top-notch movie. Very good. Kind of on the tail end of, like, people were kind of like, are we still fucking with this guy? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But 100% cemented him as a superstar. That movie's so good, dude.
Yeah.
It's a little whimsical. There's some fantastical elements to it.
Gumballs.
Russell Brand is hilarious in that movie.
Gumballs.
It rains gumballs. Which also, what a great, I mean, that's kind of an iconic poster for that movie. It's him with the umbrella with the gumballs.
Yeah, that's
Rob Schneider
he plays
the Ferrari dealer?
No, he plays the Native American guy.
Oh, yes. It was like, yeah.
Yeah. A Ferrari? Yeah.
For free?
Yeah.
Dude, come on.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched Bedtime Stories, what are you doing right now?
Yeah. Go watch Bedtime Stories.
Leave work, quit your job, and go watch Bedtime Stories.
I guarantee you it's on Amazon Prime. Spend $3.99, rent that shit.
Oh, easily. It's so worth it. Fucking buy it for $7 or whatever. You might as well. Your family's going to want to watch it
again
over and over. You're going to want to fucking click remote rewind that shit. Stop watching Click. Watch Bedtime Stories. Also, Japanese, Chinese businessmen, any type of Asian businessman who like comes to business in America seems like they have the best life ever. Like every time and I don't know what it, listen, I'll be the first one to say. Cinematically, I'll be the first one to say I don't know what it's like to be a Chinese businessman. I'll admit that.
I am good with calculation.
Okay, so
like
you're
I said, I am good with calculation. Name that movie.
Click.
No!
I don't know, man.
Dude, it's fucking The Dark Knight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's get back to that.
A simple phone call would have sufficed.
So November 27th, what's today? The 29th?
Yeah.
Okay. November 27th was 2 days ago, and I decided when I woke up that morning that from now on, November 27th is Batman Day. Because Batman's first appearance was Detective Comics number 27. So I feel like November 27th is the perfect day to be Batman Day. So I watched The Batman, which is so fucking good.
That new one?
Yes, with Robbie P. I watched the Michael Keaton Batman, the original one from 1989. Also terrific. Jack Nicholson is the Joker. I'm telling you, dude, if you rewatch it, because I hadn't rewatched it in a while, it is good. I remember being a kid because we had that movie on VHS, and I was like, this movie is fucking boring and it sucks. But watching it as an adult, it's like, this is actually excellent. Jack Nicholson's a very cool dude. But I have never liked Batman Begins. I've always hated that movie. But I was like, I'm going to try it. It's Batman Day, so I'm going to try to start it, and I'm going to try to do The Dark Knight also. And I started both those movies, and I got a little bit into them, and I just couldn't finish them, dude.
Dude, that's disgusting.
I know. I hear you. I know that I'm in the wrong on this one, but those movies just do not do it for me, especially comparing it to Robert Pattinson's now. But there's something that just
Batman Begins.
It misses me.
I don't love like the whole Ra's al Ghul thing in Batman Begins. I think it's cooler in The Dark Knight Rises when Ra's al Ghul comes back.
Yeah,
like in
when it's his daughter Talia.
Yeah.
But Dark Knight Rises also, I do like that movie a lot, but I hate that was all. When did that movie come out?
I have no
2012.
No, I think the Dark
right.
Knight was 2012.
I think Dark Knight was 2008. I'm almost 100% sure of
right.
that. So maybe Dark Knight
that
Rises
movie
like
is so
2010.
good.
I know, but I'm gonna say this, dude. Those movies don't have a plot, and that there's no story in those movies.
There is.
I don't know. I mean, to me, and again, I know that I'm on the wrong side of history in this situation.
The story
but it just
of
doesn't seem
the Dark
like
Knight.
it's going on.
The story of the Dark Knight is
Harvey Dent. That would be my guess.
no. I was more so Rachel in the start, but it's really a 2-part movie because
Right.
it really is a 2-part movie because the first part is almost like him versus the Joker, but then the second part really becomes like him versus Harvey.
Yeah. And more like, honestly, kind of, it feels like setting up for what's going to happen next.
Well, it is because then Batman becomes, murders the White Knight, which is, Harvey Dent.
I don't know, man. I wonder.
But Batman Begins,
in the annals of time, how it's going to
I think all three go well together because Batman Begins is like that version of him's origin story.
Mm-hmm.
And then The Dark Knight is like the intermediate portion,
It's
which
almost
really
like-
just action based.
Yes,
So I can
kinda
understand
it's
that,
him
I
at his
guess.
peak.
Yeah, well, yeah. And
Like, this is
then
peak
The
Batman.
Dark Knight Rises obviously is him when he doesn't leave his house anymore after the fire and
Yeah.
everything. And then,
It's
but
a
he's
sick
got to get the
trilogy.
bomb out. And also, like, part of that movie, I think, is Joseph Gordon-Levitt. But I almost feel like there should have been more to come after that with him, like as Robin or something like that.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that was just kind of I think that was just more of like hey, even though we're not going to revisit this cinematic universe anymore, there's still more stories that are going on here, which I like.
Yeah.
But I also hate, especially now, because as a comic book fan, being so spoiled with like what the MCU has been up until recently, arguably, like literally getting things that we want. What the Dark Knight still had, and the Dark Knight Rises, and what comic book movies of a certain era always had was they did this thing where it was constantly like, we're going to allude to something cool, but we're never going to give it to you. And that really kind of bothers me, especially with the Joseph Gordon-Levitt situation, because the character he plays in that movie was made for that movie. It's not like a real Robin or anything. But the way that you find out when that scene where he's at the office and that woman is like, I think you should use your real name. Robin's kind of cool. It's like, why don't you just do me a favor and put a gun in my fucking mouth, Christopher Nolan? You know what I'm saying? Like, that just drives me. That just I mean, especially because I cannot tell you what a big fan I was of Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and I still like the guy, but he was on. I mean, in my eyes, he could do no wrong in that particular era, and that just was a real kick in the pants to me to see that whole. I just hated it.
What was he in before that? I honestly have
no idea why I was so into him at the time, but I fucking couldn't get enough of this kid. He seemed like the coolest dude. And then Don John, which was his directorial debut, I was for weeks. My buddy Bill and I were like gearing up. We weren't even old enough to see a rated R movie. We knew we were going to have to wait until it was on demand to go to our friend's house and watch it in his parents' basement because they would let us watch anything we wanted. We knew we were going to have to wait months even after the movie came out to see it, and we were still so hyped on it. And then we finally watched Don John, and it was just like, oh, this guy is just addicted to jerking off, and then he ends up with Julianne Moore? What the fuck is going on? Fuck this movie. Even though the performances are actually pretty solid from everybody involved, it still is honestly, I wish that movie kind of didn't happen.
He's in Angels of the Outfield.
That's right. That movie. What a great movie. Hard to find also. I don't know why. But that movie is difficult to find. He was on Third Rock from the Sun, the sitcom, which is
I'm looking at
underrated sitcom.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh, yeah.
He was in Treasure Planet?
Yeah, he's the main guy, I think. Jack or whatever.
But I mean, like, he's not. It says he's in G.I. Joe, The Rise of the Cobra, but I can't even really
He's
think.
Cobra. He's Cobra Commander. He wears a mask
the
most of
whole time. Yeah.
But you know, at the end of the movie,
And
do you
in
remember that part where he,
Inception.
like, takes his mask off and he, like, looks all... That's Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
He's in Inception.
That's right.
And then he's in that movie 50-50.
Good movie. Good movie.
And then he's in The Dark Knight.
Okay.
And then he's in Lincoln, Don John.
Oh, yeah, Lincoln.
The Night Before is a great movie, dude. That movie's very
also
good.
kind of an underrated movie. Dude, I saw that movie in theaters.
He's in Knives Out.
I don't remember him in Knives Out.
Says he's in both.
Are you sure that's as, like, an actor and not
Detective
as, like,
Hard Rock.
Oh, is he, like, the assistant? Or whatever
No, 'cause
at the beginning?
assistant's the black guy.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't remember him.
Says he's in both of them, though.
I haven't watched those movies in a minute, though.
I don't
Solid
really
flicks,
remember
though.
some.
Folks, we're right in the middle of the holiday season, okay? And don't fuck it up like you always do. You can be the savior of the holidays this year when you use Instacart, because with Instacart, you can get not just groceries, but some of your favorite products from some of your favorite local stores delivered right to your front door in as little as 1 hour. And the best part is, right now, 2 in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $10 or more. All you have to do to get that deal is hit the link in this episode description. And why wouldn't you want to make things a little easier on yourself, especially this winter, especially with the holidays cracking down? Start using Instacart today. Folks, a great way to support this show is to actually do something nice for yourself and check out all the sick merch we have got over at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. Link's going to be in this episode description, of course. And what you're going to find on there is all sorts of wonderful merchandise, stuff that's going to make you look good, make you feel good. We've got hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeves, whatever it is you're looking for. And this is top-notch quality stuff, okay? This is not that cheap brand that you're getting from other shows or organizations or whatever, okay? This is the real deal, baby. I would not sell you short on this stuff. And on top of all the great clothes, we've also got a lot of cool accessories, water bottles, t-shirts, fanny packs, glassware, slides, hats, bucket hats, whatever it is you're looking for, stuff not just for this show, but also for Schemin' and Dreamin' and Quested, the 2 other podcasts that we produce right here. So if you want to do something nice for yourself and help support the show, check it out again at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. Folks, I said it right up top, but I got to mention it again. It's the brand new Patreon page. It's patreon.com/snackspot. We've got a lot of cool stuff planned for it, and you're going to want to get in now because headline, the best part is, right now it's only $3 a month to sign up. And what you're going to get on there already is the wonderful Captions On podcast where we're working our way through all the Disney Channel original movies. My God, it's an emotional roller coaster like you wouldn't believe. We've got a lot of other great stuff planned for it in the future, but you're going to want to get in on the action early. Hit the link in this episode description. Once again, that is patreon.com/snackspot. And if you're interested in advertising on this show or our twin show, Schemin' and Dreamin', or Quested, the Dungeons & Dragons podcast that we produce right here, you can email us at snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching thousands of listeners in the Buffalo area and beyond. Because podcasting has been shown by Forbes, I believe it is, to be up to 19% more effective than your traditional media advertising. This is like TV commercials, newspaper ads, whatever it is. And I think it's kind of, you can see that in the way that these large companies like McDonald's, State Farm, NASCAR are moving into the podcast space. They're starting to advertise on podcasts, and it's awesome. It's kind of crazy, but it's really cool to see companies of this size, of this magnitude, with advertising budgets like this. You know, these are folks who are advertising on the Super Bowl and stuff like that, and it's really cool to see them move away from that more traditional media way of advertising. The problem is there hasn't really been any room yet for smaller or local businesses to get in on the action, but that's what we are here for. That's what we're all about. So, again, if you're interested in learning more about all the benefits to podcast advertising, hit us up, reach out to us at snackspotsports@gmail.com.
I got like a sty on my eyeball. Can you see it a little bit?
I don't think so.
On this one? Like it's a little puffy down here?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Okay, yeah.
I've never had one before. I mean, I remember when people would get them, like when we were young.
Right.
Fucking things is so annoying. Like
Does
it
it
doesn't hurt.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's uncomfortable.
It's irritating.
It just feels like, yeah, it's very it feels like there's something in your eye.
How do you get one? Is it like a pink eye situation? Is it
it's like a bacteria
eye?
thing.
Oh, okay.
Like you get something in like the oil glands of your eye.
Yeah.
I don't really know what it is, but yeah, just annoying.
Yeah.
And it's like you can get like some type of like antibiotic or something for it, or it's like just put a warm washcloth on it.
Okay.
And eventually it'll go away, I guess. I don't really know. I'm just riding it out. It just started like yesterday.
Well, be wary of it. You know, keep it. You know, keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I feel like it's not, knock on wood, but like I feel like it's not like super big and puffy. So
no, definitely
just
not.
like
you just look tired.
I mean, which I am.
Exactly. Which
yeah,
I
but
know
like
you
this
are,
eye
so.
this eye looks not tired.
No, it does. That's the thing. They kind of. I mean, I can kind of see that eye now, but before then, I'd be like, yeah, Matthew just
maybe
looks,
it's going away
just
already.
Looks sleepy. Could be healing itself, baby.
Because this one is definitely
medicine.
more open than this one. Like this eye is like looks larger than this one.
Not to me. Not from where I'm sitting. I genuinely
maybe
cannot tell.
it's going down.
Yeah, maybe it's going down. Going down in the city. My most recent purchase from Amazon is I bought one of those ear things that has like the camera in it. Yes.
Fuck off.
Matthew.
Why would you do that?
Because it's such a great tool for cleaning. So I bought it, and it's like $20. But I'm like, I'm going to get this just so I can clean my ears well, but I'm never going to use the fucking camera because it's so gross. But
did you use the camera?
So I'll tell you, my wife and I, like, she's on my Amazon account now. So she sees the shit that I buy. She's like, did you buy one of those fucking ear camera things? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, wow, I can't wait. I'm like, we're not using the fucking camera on. And she's like, fuck yes, we are. I cannot wait. So, dude, she pulls the thing out. Like, she gets home from work the day it's delivered. And she's like, did the ear thing come? And I was like, yes, it did. I tried it out. She's like, did you use the camera? I was like, fuck no. I don't want to. It's disgusting. So she grabs it. And you got to, like... Don't fucking freak me out, dude. But you gotta like download an app or whatever. So she gets it on her iPad, so it's on like the biggest screen possible. And she's
casting it to the TV.
Oh my yes, and it's so oh my god, that earwax. It's so disgusting. And I tried to find one that didn't have a camera, but to get that specific tool, they all have the cameras on it. And I don't.
And how's it clean?
It cleans great. It's awesome. I love it. Very good purchase, but I just don't want to see, especially because, you know, like it's gonna probably look gross when you put it in your ear or whatever, but then you pull it out of your ear, and if you get like a good glob of wax on it, it's like when a spider is like on top of like a camera lens or whatever, so it looks just like giant and terrifying and menacing, and I'm like, shut the camera off because it's out of your ear, but I can still see this fucking glob of wax on the iPad, and it's freaking me out. I don't know why that's a selling point for this object. Is so
people
that
want
you
to be
can
able to see the cleanliness of their ears, I suppose.
I mean, I get it. I get that maybe like you want to see where you're going, but
also I feel like you got to have a little wax in there.
Yes, you do.
You can't get ears that are too clean. Remember that? We knew somebody that.
Are you serious? You remember this?
Yeah, that's like one of the only things I remember.
What? That was so long ago.
I literally think about it every day because when you get out of the shower, you clean your ears. Like that is just instinctual. It's built in your brain.
Sure.
If you I would guess most people like that. Shower, couple Q-tips, quick scrub, boom. And I shower at minimum 2 times a day.
Yeah.
I shower in the morning and at night every single day, without a doubt. Because I have to shower before I, go out and go to work or start my day, whatever. And I have to shower before I get in bed.
Yeah.
So it's twice a day. And that was what that girl said. She said she got an ear infection.
No, it was her grandson.
Oh yeah, but it was the woman that told us that.
Yes. She was
and
like,
he got an ear infection because his ears were too clean.
This kid's ears were so fucking clean that one of them was gonna fall off because it was infected. No, but it probably wasn't gonna fall off. But I mean, you never know. But dude, I think about that constantly all the time. Little boy blue. I was trying to flip it around to make it earwaxy.
I think about that all the time.
Yeah, me
almost
too.
every day.
I never would get with your track record for remembering things. I never would guess that you remember that.
There's
that
a
is
few
so
things
weird.
I remember. That and the fact that woman had a gas pump in her front yard.
That was a different woman.
Okay, so that's wrong.
But same place.
And the other thing was the time that I went on a date to Red Lobster and to see Winnie the Pooh.
Okay. Why don't we get into this one, folks? Now, Matthew
we haven't talked about this before.
So I'd like to give the perspective of the everyman, if I may, on this situation. So Matthew and I, we went to preschool. This woman ran a daycare out of her house. So how old would you have been? 4 or
younger?
Probably
if
3.
You were still there.
I was still there. You were probably 3 tops.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of kids, hanging out in this daycare all day, and there was this girl who went there with us who was Matthew's age, who had a huge crush on Matthew, was totally in love with him. And this girl's mom was great friends with the woman who ran the daycare. So one day, both of these ladies walk downstairs to where they keep us peasants, and they're like, "Hey, Matthew, we're going to go to see the brand new Winnie the Pooh movie in theaters." She's taking her daughter, and their daughter can pick a friend or two. And so she picks you, and they end up going. Now, my memory might be a little cloudy. If I recall, I think a limo pulled up for you guys, but you guys got to go see, you got to leave all of us behind on a weekday. We're all fucking trying to fight each other for 6 blocks. And you go not only to see a movie, Winnie the Pooh, the hottest movie at the time for the 3-year-old to 5-year-old demographic. Not just that, but you go to Red Lobster to eat. Red Lobster, which honestly to me is still a fancy restaurant. Every time, because you can order Red Lobster on Uber Eats. I see it every time I open the app, and I'm still I can't order Red Lobster. It's too fancy. I'm just in my apartment. And you guys, but especially at this time, because this was 2000, and there was this weird time where the middle class kind of still existed in this weird way. We didn't have a ton of crazy chains or anything around here. It was before this weird kind of new cultural boom or whatever.
Big deal.
Red Lobster was a huge deal, Matthew. I'd never even seen a crab before, let alone a crab leg. No, I didn't even know what a lobster was.
Dude, I don't I have a bunch of very vivid memories from that day. First of all, it was pre-planned because I was in a dress shirt and dress pants. I was in a white button-down long-sleeve dress shirt and black slacks as a 3-year-old. Somebody put me in that. Which is one. And I have no idea who the girl was. Even if we did, we won't bring it up.
Of course.
But she was wearing a dress, a white dress.
Oh, my.
And the theater was juiced. Dude, the theater was packed.
This was a Thursday.
Yeah, I know. It was a 11 a.m. showing. And the theater was packed. And it was all little kids and their parents. And the movie shut down 4 minutes in. And they couldn't get the film. It pooped out. And they were like, "Yeah, sorry."
That used to happen all the time.
And we just had to leave the theater. We never saw the movie.
Oh.
And then we went to Red Lobster.
Sure.
And I don't remember eating anything, but I remember being nervous to try like a cheesy biscuit.
Yeah.
But I remember at the time being like, damn, these are good. But then I didn't have them for years after that. Because like you don't. Yeah, because nobody's going to Red Lobster.
Exact. I mean, it's
but like I wonder what I ate. Probably like a fucking grilled cheese.
Yeah, like chicken fingers or something. They were probably fucking good. I bet you Red Lobster has
With some
broccoli.
Really I probably got some broccoli on the side when I wanted French fries.
But you are reminding me kind of how creepy that was because
yeah,
I remember,
weird. And I don't think I knew that was happening. I think everybody.
Yeah, I don't think you did.
Like the adults, like staged this event, and nobody told me.
I mean, what is this? Some kind of it feels like some kind of arranged marriage situation.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Like very, very creepy.
And also, though, the odd thing is, like, it seems like the kind of thing that our mother would be like, "That's weird."
Yeah. Why?
So that's why, like, I don't know how the whole thing came about.
Maybe she was just super busy by then, because she was probably like just really starting to get back into like being a teacher and stuff after having like the two of us. So maybe she was just like,
fucking
I don't
throw a dress shirt on. I don't care. Fucking take them out.
Oh my god, dude, that is. I'm getting a little. That's so free. She wore a white dress. That's free.
Maybe that's
I don't
like
know.
one of those.
I think that's Dude, I vaguely remember this girl, and I know that's a fact. Like I could tell you that is exactly what fucking happened.
I have no idea like anything about the situation. Dude, I just know that it happened.
You just gotta remember. Girls is play is too.
They were playing me at 3 years old?
I mean, it fucking sounds like it, dude. It fucking sounds like
they didn't make me pick up the check after.
Oh, my fucking God, dude. Now I'm just embarrassed. Ugh. And honestly, what I was going to say, I now realize was also that kind of stupid, because I was going to be like, I can honestly kind of see our daycare woman and that girl's mom, not really, but like, it almost feels like they were like, is he gonna propose at Winnie the Pooh or whatever I'm talking about? Like, oh, so weird. Why did that happen?
I don't think I was even friends with the girl.
No, but she loved you. She was in love with you.
I have that effect on people.
Of course, certainly. From the crib to the grave, baby.
But like, I don't think I like was friends with her. I don't even know who she was. No, I have no idea who that girl is now. I can vaguely picture like what she, like I remember what she looked like when we were little kids. As a 3-year-old.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if I could pick her out of a lineup today. But yeah, that was. I cannot believe you got to have Red Lobster as a little kid. That's fucking crazy. And I also can't stress what a huge fucking deal that was. Because I know now it's like Red Lobster, you're going for seafood, like that's cool. But it's still like a chain restaurant, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, it's on Uber Eats. But at the time, especially for us, I mean, Red Lobster was like,
King of the castle.
King of the castle, baby. King of the fucking castle. It's like, maybe when we get married someday we'll be able to go to Red Lobster or something like that. I remember the first time I ever actually went there and seen the lobsters in the tank. I mean, that's just
Are they really cooking those up, or have they had those same lobsters in the tank for years?
I don't know.
I've never seen somebody go over and grab one.
Yeah.
But I have heard, like I feel like seen videos. I've never seen in person. I've seen videos, I feel like, of Red Lobsters that like let you pick your lobster.
Yeah. There's no way that wasn't a thing at a certain point. Like probably when Red Lobster was first coming around.
Because they do all have rubber bands around their claws.
Oh, yes. I mean, that's just safety first. But, that definitely
you
was a
couldn't
thing.
stick your hand in. There was a lid on it.
Yeah, you could have gotten in there, though.
I would have if I could have. I guarantee you at some point in my life I would have put my hand in
there.
Try.
Dude, try again.
What was the restaurant in Florida that we used to go to every year? With the fucking tables, with the
Macaroni
crayons.
Grill.
Fucking Macaroni Grill, dude.
A couple years ago, like when we moved to Rochester, I don't know how I like discovered it, but we were driving down some street and there was a Macaroni Grill, a fucking what do they call it? It's like Romano's Macaroni Grill or something is like what they're called. And I was like, holy shit, cuz I know I give you a lot of shit for like getting to have bounce houses for your birthday as a little kid, but Macaroni Grill was my bounce house, baby. I mean, talk about fucking oh my God, Caesar salad, plain noodles with butter and
You are
salt.
not eating Caesar salads.
But I was eating. I did have a Caesar. I had my first taste of a Caesar in that, and I've never gone back. And God damn it, it is also so crazy though that like my king meal as a child was penne, plain penne with tons of butter and a bunch of salt.
Probably some grated cheese on there too.
No, I did not. I didn't put any cheese on it,
Dude.
that plate. But so, anyways, I like. I was like, holy shit. We have to go to Macaroni Grill. So I think I made a reservation. I think I made
The first person ever in the city of Rochester.
the
to make
phone's ringing. They're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is that? So we go.
Like
And
with it's an old phone, and the first ring jolts it, and a dust cloud comes up. In the air.
It's like it's like some kind of like Harry Potter thing where like there's a ghostly face in the dust or whatever. Like I released a spirit by making a reservation at this Macaroni Grill 100%. And my God, we went. It was honestly just a worse Carrabba's, but it was still very good. And
Did you draw on the tables?
oh yeah, you got playing tic-tac-toe. You have to. You have to, dude.
Hangman.
What? Oh yeah, all those fun drawn on table games, and it closed like 2 weeks after they shut it down. I think they've
Wonder
tore
if
down
there's
that
still any
building too.
Macaroni Grills out there.
There, I mean, I'm sure there are somewhere, but I don't think there's any close by. Cause there like was never one around here before.
Romano's Macaroni Grill.
Ooh, so good, so good.
Fuck yeah. Make
Yeah.
a reservation. Order online. Let's see. I think they have a
A location.
locations button. Select your state, Arizona. Oh, it's just because it's A. Oh, I'll just enter my zip code.
I can just look up what the closest macaroni.
Wait. Oh,
Grill
I
is.
can tell you the states that they're in: Arizona, California, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Maine, Nevada, Ohio, Pennsylvania. Let's look at Pennsylvania. What if I just click auto?
I think there's some in
locator?
Canada. Oh no, there's one in Ohio. I think that's the closest. It's 3 hours away. Yeah, yep. Oh, there's 2 in Ohio. Nice. You want to do a little Macaroni Grill run?
Dude. Fuck yes, I do. I want to go to the one in Orlando.
I don't even know if that one's still around. I feel
They
like
still
that.
got some in Florida.
I'm sure. Yeah, but I don't. I mean, who knows if that one's still
Dude,
there?
Macaroni Grill's a staple.
I feel like I could draw the layout of that restaurant from memory.
It was dark.
It was dark.
They kept the lights low.
Per request, dude, little Andy appreciated ambiance more than anything else.
Yeah, so
if I'm gonna have my plate,
fucking penne, those damn migraines.
okay, that was years later. That was, God, I'll never forget that either. I know we've told this story probably
we
a
don't need
couple
to get into
times.
that. I just
No,
feel
but
like, unfortunately, I'm not making fun of you and
No.
saying this. I feel very bad, but you were the king of the headaches.
dude. Yeah, I was very.
That should have probably been taken more seriously at the time, don't you think?
I mean, who am I to say? Listen, if your kid's head hurts so bad that he literally can't open his eyes and he's throwing up onto the tables at restaurants, maybe take him to a doctor. But who has the time, Matthew? It's so busy these days. Who has the time, to look into what's happening with your child?
Do you still get headaches like that?
Not so much because I actually remember the night that I kind of got ahead of it. We were on a cruise. It was when we went on that cruise with Dad's whole family.
Yeah.
And I was getting one of my famous headaches, one of my famous Andy headaches, and our aunt had Excedrin, which is like acetaminophen, and I'd never had that before. I'd only ever used children's Tylenol to try and tackle this, and that fucking does the trick. But so now it's just like if I feel one coming on, I take the stuff. But it happens not crazy often, but it does happen like enough. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know if maybe somebody should have checked that out or not, but I fucking here we are.
Yeah.
If I do have a brain tumor, it seems like we're working things out pretty well between the two of us. So I think we're gonna be all right. Just quite the odd couple, me and my tumor. And then I kind of like go like this, and then there's like a little kind
A
of
second Andy
X-ray.
head.
Yeah, just like a little on my brain, like that
Oh,
Family
like
Guy
cartoon
episode.
style. Like
Yeah,
it
yes,
it
yes.
X-rays into a cartoon brain.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and it's
yeah.
like that Family Guy where he's got like the little Peter head on.
Mhm.
It's that is me. Like,
Okay.
I'm gonna make you throw up at Pizza Plant. That's my impression of my brain tumor.
Oh, Andy.
Yep,
I'm sorry about that.
that's okay. It's
That
I
headache
don't
probably
really
sucked
mind.
though.
Matthew, it was fucking. It hurt so bad. It was like, it was yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible pain. It was terrible pain. I don't know what to tell you. It was so fucking bad, and I was kind of embarrassed about it because, especially when I got like a little bit older, where I was still getting those headaches. Other people our age were like, "Oh man, I get migraines all the time," and I don't want to, because you know what? It's like. It felt like I had a fucking trump card. Like, oh yeah, your head hurts, huh? Well, I fucking throw up because my head hurts so bad. But I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to seem like an asshole. You know what I mean? So I didn't. I never told anybody. But also that only happened twice. So I thought that like the difference between a migraine and a headache is that a migraine makes you throw up, and a headache you're just like head hurts or whatever. But yeah. So I was just kind of walking around with that for a little bit, but I feel, I feel like I got a pretty good
grasp on
handle
it.
on it now. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
That's all
without
that
a doubt.
Because the cat's in the cradle and it's in the bone when I put him up. All right, you want to do the Who Would Win of the Week?
I would love to. This week's Who Would Win of the Week is Filch from Harry Potter versus Groundskeeper Willie from The Simpsons. Battle of the janitors, battle of the carekeepers. I think I said that right.
Yeah,
Caretakers. Thank you. I honestly think that Groundskeeper Willie would full on fucking Bane Batman Filch, like just snap him
his
like
back.
a twig completely. Because Groundskeeper Willie is fucking shredded.
Yeah.
Like he
That's
constantly,
true. I forgot about
he
that.
constantly
Taking
rips his
off.
shirt off.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it because he's got that slouch, but he's fucking.
Yeah.
Grease
And he wears
me up,
overalls.
woman. I mean, if you
Yeah.
don't get hard to that, then you're fucking dead.
Yeah, he is definitely jacked. I kind of forgot about that because here's the thing. He is like Scottish, like, yeah, he's a fighter. He's definitely a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Filch, as we said earlier, is a squib.
Which is not a racially insensitive term. It's from the Harry Potter books. Yell at J.K. Rowling. But
Why is that a bad word in other meanings?
No, it just sounds like
it does
just
sound
sounds
like it
like
should
it
be a
is,
bad
you
word.
know
I
what I mean?
agree. But yeah, and he tries to teach himself magic. I don't know if
oh god, dude. Filch is so sad in the books.
that was only that was. I mean, I'm not. Hey, listen, I'm only on the third one.
Oh, you're on the third book now?
Yeah, you want to talk about that
Congratulations.
first?
No,
fuck it.
fuck it.
I think it's the second book where they find out he's a squib, or is it the first book?
I think it's the second book where they find out he's a squib. Yeah, because they wouldn't have introduced like the concept of squib in the first book.
Yeah.
But the third one,
I didn't get there yet.
okay. Well, the third one, maybe the third one is where you're like he's a squib. I don't remember.
No, because the second one Harry.
Oh yes, because it's all like that fucking whole chamber secret shit.
Well,
like
Harry
whole Salazar
finds
Slytherin.
No, because Harry finds an envelope on his desk when he's about to get yelled at.
Oh, I
by
thought that's in the
Fidge.
third one.
No, it's in the second one.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the same thing then.
Okay.
Yeah, but Filch is, still a pretty wily guy. And honestly, being a squib in the Harry Potter universe, which we haven't explained what that is, but it's a person who's born in, who's like
Two
from
magic parents.
Yes,
But is not magic.
doesn't have any magic. Their whole family's got magic from a family of wizards. Doesn't, just for some reason, no juice. Doesn't have the juice. And this guy's life it's got to be like such a difficult life, because it's like, well, we don't really know what to fucking do with him, so let's just make him the janitor of this castle. I guess that'll be good for him.
The hardest place to take care of in the world.
He's and also like, it's almost like they set him up so that children will hate him, because the kids do hate him and torture him.
Well, he
at
hates.
that school.
Well, he does. He brings that upon
It's a
himself.
fucking dude. It's a fucking.
No, he brings that upon himself.
But who knows when that would have started though? Like, imagine being
Probably
a young Filch.
no. But they say that it started right away because he's jealous of all of them that they are magic and he's not.
Oh, so he's just
So he's a dick to everybody.
right. So I was just giving Filch a little too much credit on
fuck
that one.
Filch.
Damn. So it'd be great to see Groundskeeper Willie beat the fuck out of him. But he still is like Filch is a pretty, wily kind of guy. He's very sneaky.
He is and he isn't. Here's the thing about Filch is that he acts very tough. He's like I still have my chains hanging in my office. I wish we could bring back corporal punishment. Like always making fun of people that are scared of other things. And like he does have a toughness element to him because dude, he's got a creepy ass job. He's taking care of a creepy place.
Dude,
like we'll put a pin in that because we'll come back to that outside of just Filch, but he kind of is like a scaredy cat about other things though. Like he's a wimp about other things. Like when he ever does face like any like sort of danger, like he's always like when they even in the first book when they send the kids into the Forbidden Forest, like he's like, oh, like better watch out. But he's jumpy. He doesn't want to go in the Forbidden Forest.
Fuck no.
He's scared of that stuff. So I do think he acts very tough because of his anger, but he low key is a wimp. And I think that Caretaker Willie is gonna Groundskeeper Willie would beat the piss out of him.
Oh yeah.
Like he's kind of small and like weak and straggly.
Yeah.
He needs a shower.
He does need a shower.
I mean, so does Groundskeeper Willie, but Willie at least.
But he kind of carries it well.
Yeah, because he's
fucking. Yeah.
He's like
He's like a man's man.
He's what's an axer called?
A lumberjack.
Lumberjack.
An axer.
Yeah. What's the guy that swings the axe?
I'm a bit of a Canadian axer.
Yeah.
Just kind of chopping.
Yeah, he's a bit
trees.
of a lumberjack. So I mean, especially
lumberjack.
because obviously Filch doesn't have magic. I'm taking Willie.
Yes. I mean, even if Filch did have magic, I mean, it would be a whole different situation. But we're talking janitor v. janitor here. It's Willie all the way. Because Willie would jump into that Forbidden Forest. And not like in a way where, like, I'm the toughest guy and I got to do this. He'd be like, oh, there's a giant spider? Well, somebody's going to have to fucking wrestle it. I guess it's me. And, that's just Willie.
Like when he grabs a beehive from a tree at the school.
Something like that. Yeah.
He would fuck up Agnes, Agra, what's his name? Arga.
Fuck.
Argathon.
I can't believe I'm not pulling this right now.
Aga.
Aragog. Yeah. Shout out to Aragog, baby. Aragog could be a good who would win for the future.
Yeah. The book is I rented the second
but
movie.
we'll lock that in.
Oh, yeah,
win.
sorry.
It's
Go on
Groundskeeper
that
Willie,
on Friday
baby.
on Instagram. That's a clean sweep
it,
for Groundskeeper Willie over Filch.
I always got to vote for the Simpsons
Yeah.
character.
A couple things I wanted to put a pin in. All Harry Potter related. First of all, fuck, I lost them all. What was I just saying, dude? It was just coming out of my mouth seconds ago.
Second Chamber of Secrets.
Oh, the second book, it does a way cooler job of like describing the end of like that scene than I remember, or the end of that movie than I remember. I went to rent the second movie because I was gonna watch it again after I finished the book, and I started it and then I had something to do and I never got back to it. But the book ending, I feel like, is so much more detailed in how Tom Riddle's conversation goes with Harry Potter, like his, because he's in the book or whatever. Also, spoiler alert, he stabs that with the basilisk fang and the ink leaks out, but they don't know that that's a Horcrux.
They do not. So at that, they don't know.
Because they don't find out that he has Horcruxes until they unlock that memory, right?
Yeah, the sixth movie. So, and in the sixth one, they show certain flashbacks because Dumbledore, even at the time of the second book, is like very suspicious that Voldemort has Horcruxes because he knows Voldemort's still out there, like getting ready to come back into power. But everything's still kind of on the down low. Nothing's confirmed yet for sure. So Harry doesn't know what the fuck a Horcrux is for sure. But Dumbledore at that time is like, okay, now maybe this Maybe I'm right
because
about
he
these
keeps the
Horcrux
book on
things.
his desk.
At the
Dumbledore
end?
does, yeah.
Yeah. Especially because it's kind of like a fuck you to Malfoy, too. Lucius Malfoy.
Yeah, because he had the book.
So good. Dude, Lucius.
Which is a
so
part
good.
Dude, you want to know what's crazy about that? Is when I was reading the book, I actually started... Okay, so this is why I didn't... I started watching the movie when I was, like, almost done with the book. Because I was like, I'll start it, and then before, like, when it gets to where I'm at, I'll stop it, and then I'll finish the book, and then I'll watch the rest of the movie.
Cool.
That was kind of my play. In the book, I remember, so I read the start of the book, and then I'm watching the movie, and I remember, and this probably is, people are probably like, shut the fuck up.
I don't give a shit.
But I remember watching the scene when they run into the Malfoys at
Flourish and Blotts.
Flourish and Blotts, because in the book, Lucius Malfoy and Mr. Weasley fight.
Yeah.
They get into a legit fight. God. In the movie, they don't. But in the movie, I specifically remember, because I was watching intently to see what happened, Malfoy picks up the books and then puts them back in Jenny's cauldron, which they don't say in the book. Like, they don't say that he picks up those books and puts them... Like, they don't say he slips something into Jenny's cauldron.
Yeah.
So that's a part that the movie added. So then when I'm reading the book, when I'm reading the end of the book, I'm thinking to myself, before Dumbledore even says it, oh, shit, Lucius Malfoy gave Jenny that book in the cauldron. But the reason that I was thinking that was because I saw it in the movie, which is fucking crazy.
That's very like that's almost like some time travel shit.
I
feel.
time
it's almost
traveled.
like very paradoxical there.
Yeah.
And I've had a similar experience with that exact scene myself, because it's so you're like, when you watch that part of the movie,
they
so
zoom
flagrant.
in on him
it's
putting
so
the things
flagrant.
back in the cauldron.
Which also, the further we get away from Harry Potter as a culture, the more I'm like, what the fuck was this? Because why are they using cauldrons for like their grocery bags or whatever? Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? These wizarding people are like, they're all dumb. They're all pretty stupid.
Well, I just think that it
Like the
becomes
way that they
harder
all
to
live their
believe
lives
that
is insane.
it becomes a lot harder to believe that, like, the two worlds could be coexisting, and like just on the other side of a Muggle street is a fucking an alley that nobody's like, what is back there?
I mean, it's magic. You know, you can magic that shit, but really, it's like, even if you were.
But if you're walking around with a cauldron,
that's crazy. Why would you do that?
Like, and the fact that...
But also, like, that's not convenient. Like, that's not more convenient than, like, a regular-ass shopping bag or even, like, a basket.
But the movies are set a little bit older, so it's not, like, disposable.
They take place in the 90s.
No, I know, but, like, there wasn't, like... People weren't using reusable grocery bags back then.
True.
Like, they were probably still heavy on paper. Plastic bags were probably still working their way into the market.
Damn. Okay, that's a fair call.
And, like, dude, a paper bag ain't going to carry those books.
I take it back, dude. They were way ahead of their time. Why aren't we using cauldrons right now?
Yeah.
It's isn't it, like, illegal to use plastic bags in New York
BYOC,
State?
baby.
BYOC. Bring your old cauldron, fools. God damn. Dude, next time I go to Barnes & Noble, I'm bringing my own. I'm fucking carrying my cauldron. God, if I can picture so vividly some dumb bitch walking around Barnes & Noble with a cauldron thinking she's so cool. And I don't know what my point is for that.
Dude, I don't know, but I just had another one of your core memories pop in my head, which was the Midnight Book release.
Oh, God, what a great... I mean, it's been a while since we told that one. I could retell
go look that one up.
Yeah, I don't know where that is.
But I love
on,
that
like,
there
our
was
YouTube or
a
something,
plate
but
of brownies.
It was a Sam's Club tray of cookies. One of the like ones that's got that kind of blister packaging on it, like and just completely untouched until I had to get in there and get my M&M cookie fix. I had to. It was also so late, I was starving. But God, that was the saddest. I mean, Kmart, think about a regular ass Kmart and how sad a regular ass Kmart is just on like a fucking Wednesday. This was like, especially
but there
because
was multiple people there, wasn't there?
Yeah, like fucking 8. There was not a lot of people there, and I think a part of the sadness was also like about 13 minutes away at the Barnes and Noble, it's a legitimate party. Like, they're going crazy over there, dude. Like, it's a fucking dress up thing. And that's the other part about the Kmart story, dude, is there was a sign. So I begged my dad to take me to the midnight book release for Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, the last one. And he was like, no. And then, because Barnes and Noble having this big party. And finally I convinced him to take me, and we go to Kmart for the book release. And I remember walking in, and it's dead quiet.
At the time, were you happy to be at Kmart, though?
I couldn't have been more ecstatic, Matthew. I was just happy to get this book.
Did you read it that night?
No, I had to save it. But, God, I remember walking into the Kmart. There was a big display sign that said, "Dress as your favorite character for our midnight book release." And it's just like, fuck, nobody's gonna do that, dude. It's so and obviously nobody did, because the other 12 people did.
There's probably some Kmart's in other part of the countries that had bumping Harry Potter parties.
That's, you know what, I bet you're right, but this was not one of those
Falls
Kmart's.
Is not that situation.
This was not that Kmart, dude. It was literally everything about that situation was very, very depressing, except for
you really wanted
me. Like, I needed that book. I still have the fucking Live Strong-esque bracelet. They gave those out. It's literally sitting on my desk out there right now. So at least I got that, and it's a fun memory. It's a fun memory. Yeah, goddamn, nothing beats those Sam's Club cookies to this day.
I did that. I tried to do that to our father one time. There was one year. I think I've
a midnight release.
This too. Not exactly.
Oh no, I don't think I know what you're talking about.
It was. I don't know if it was Halloween night. I don't think it was. But I think it was like a Friday the 13th in October.
Mm-hmm.
And I was young. I'll tell you what era of our life it was. I was watching this, or this was taking place. I was sleeping on the green cots in our living room, our old living room.
Wow, okay.
Still wood, brown wood.
Yep.
And the railing. And the TV was like towards the kitchen.
Yeah.
That's what era this was in.
Okay, what a very distinct area for the Canada family, folks.
You know the entertainment stand that was in the den?
Yeah.
That was in the corner at an angle in the railing, but it was like we had that TV.
Wow.
It was that TV. I was about to say a big TV, and looking at that TV now, it's so small, but I remember it being massive in that house.
That's still a big-ass TV. It did look bigger in that house, though, for sure.
That's a pretty small looking TV.
That's a big TV. That's a fucking
45 inch TV. No, that's
probably
not 55.
Probably a 55er.
Not even close to 55.
Probably a double 5, I would say.
And it was like a Ghost Hunters or something like that was doing like a 24-hour like live episode from like the most haunted place in America or something like that, right? And me and my buddy Stobbs. Shout out
to him. Shout out to Control Band.
Yeah. We're staying up all night watching it. You know what I mean? And like we're sitting on the cots. We're just dialing.
Because you guys were the kings of horror at the time.
Yeah, we were.
On Daniel Drive?
Probably playing Luigi's Mansion.
From Psy to Jago, you guys were the horror kings.
Yeah, we loved scary movies, dude. Yep. We were always grinding them. And shout out to Derek for that, because that's all him.
Yeah, he had all that stuff.
But every time they went to commercial break, they were advertising free midnight tacos at Taco Bell. Not at midnight, but it was like the black hard shell.
Yeah.
And we were like, dude, and I don't think I'd ever had Taco Bell at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, and nor did I like, dude, when you're a little kid, like tacos are a little bit gross.
Well, the Taco Bell ones, I think, were definitely gross.
Yeah, because like you didn't want stuff. You wanted like meat and cheese, and that was it. But
they were yucky.
Like our parents were upstairs in their bedroom, door closed, and I like crawled up there and like, Dad, will you take us to Taco Bell for some free midnight tacos? No. But I think I tried it multiple times. Dad, please, will you take us? No.
And that was maybe the biggest difference between a very distinct difference between the two of us as children. If that door was closed, there was no force on earth that would have brought me, like I would have, because my bedroom door was fucking right there with it. I would have like jumped past it. If that bedroom door was closed, I wasn't even like going any. I was holding my breath if I walked past that door and it was closed. I was like, okay, message received. You don't want it. You don't want any of this, and I don't want any of that. Fine.
Wanted some midnight tacos. My last Hogwarts point was going to be, dude, that school is the creepiest place ever, and they walk around like there's like everything's fine.
It's insane.
Like if you have a class in a fucking dungeon,
kids die. No. Kids constantly get like insane illnesses.
There's a funny TikTok that's like year-end review at Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Have you ever? Did I send this to you?
I don't
know who the guy is. Like I'm guessing he's some type of like sketch comedian kind of guy. It was so funny. He's like, so how we do this year? And they were like, oh, well, only like 347 students died. And they like went through how each of them died, and it was really, really funny. But like they walk around at night and shit, and like that school is fucking creepy. And then I'm not even talking about like the ghosts and stuff like that. Also, they never show Peeves in the movie.
No, they don't. He was actually, they filmed some stuff for him in the first movie, but it all got cut out.
But like Nearly Headless Nick plays a huge role in like all the movies.
Yeah.
But I guess him and Harry do have like a friendly relationship.
They have like a rapport.
But that's another weird scene that they never showed was when they go to his birthday.
Yeah,
when he first hears the voice.
Yeah, which also like I enjoy because I never liked that chapter. Like I always that chapter always felt like kind of a like a filler point or whatever.
But no, because he's
You're right.
Because it's when he first hears the voice and he's like, under the school.
Yeah.
He's in a place of the school that they don't usually go to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's when he chases the cat. Because in the movie, they're just like leaving the Great Hall. Aren't they? But
I think it's when he's like doing some work for Lockhart, right?
It is. He's signing signatures
fan letters
for
or whatever.
Lockhart's.
Yeah.
But in the
dude, fucking shout out to Kenneth Branagh.
In the book, I think he does that. And then they go to the party.
Yeah, I think you're right. Classic.
Yeah.
We're working it all out.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of Kenneth Branagh, I know this is not interesting for anyone. I don't care. I am fucking obsessed with his like Poirot Agatha Christie trilogy of Murder on the Orient Express, Death on the Nile, and then the one that came out this year, A Haunting in Venice, where he plays like the detective.
Never seen any of them.
Matthew, they're so good. I could literally watch
Are they movies or short
them on
series?
repeat. They're movies. There's a ton of like Murder on the Orient Express miniseries and movies or whatever. And Kenneth Branagh, I've heard that he's like not a great guy because I know he like cheated on Emma Thompson or something. But god damn it, I hope they never stop making those fucking movies, dude. Because I love them. I love a mystery. I love Poirot, dude. He's fucking like he's got insane OCD, so he has 2 boiled eggs for breakfast every day.
In the movie,
yeah, and they have to be the same size. And so there's a part usually at the very beginning of like every movie, he has to like measure these 2 eggs, and I could watch him do it forever. I love it so much.
Dude, are they coming out with a Monk movie?
Yes, they are. It's gonna be Peacock exclusive. And you want to know my theory about this? Is I think they're gonna set up a USA show cinematic universe because you know that the Peacock is still doing new Psych movies, like a good amount of them. I think they've done.
Really?
Yes, I think Peacock alone has done 3 Psych movies already, and now they're doing a Monk one.
Are they any good?
I haven't watched them either, actually. But I keep like thinking that I need to watch them, and I'm just forgetting. But obviously, people are watching them because those shows still have a good fan base. Clearly.
Oh yeah.
And like
dude,
they're still making them.
I meant to
say.
I
think they're gonna do a fucking Monk and Sean finally
that would
meet.
Be sick.
It is.
I went to the world's largest disco. This past week. Guess who won? They have celebrity guests there every year.
Matthew, who was there? Don't tell me it was somebody fucking crazy.
Not that crazy.
Okay, fine.
It was Mr. Spencer.
No way.
Yeah.
Corbin
Burnson? Blue. Yeah.
Corbin Blue.
Yeah.
It was Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, I didn't go up there and get a picture with him.
Yeah,
But
sure.
when they called him out on stage, I fucking gave a woo!
I can't believe you didn't get your picture with them.
Nah.
I would have had to do it.
There's a long line.
Of course there is, but
yeah,
I hear you. That's sick though. Actually, that's a cool. That's a
I do
Yeah.
now wish that I would have got my picture with him.
I feel it.
Because that would have been sick for me to show. Yo, look at this.
I would have shit
And
my
it's
pants.
me.
I would have been so mad.
Dude,
I probably would have smashed this table.
Andy, he was looking dapper. He had a neck scarf on and a goatee.
Dude, that guy
Looking nothing like he ever did in the show. In the
No,
show,
'cause
he
he-
wore Hawaiian shirts
yes,
only.
because before he was on Psych,
And he
was on
never
a
had
show
a pair of
called-
closed-toed shoes.
What the fuck was that called? He was on L.A. It was on a show called
LA
L.A. Law. Yeah, which was like a huge NBC show. The guy made fucking bank on network TV. Like I mean, that was a hit ass
Gives
show.
money?
Nope, Matthew. Nobody is making Gibbs money. Why isn't everyone in America talking about how rich Mark Harmon has to be? I feel like Mark Harmon literally could like build his own SpaceX almost if he wanted to. I mean, not that's different because Elon's got like fucking diamond
to me,
money,
Mark
but, like,
Harmon was one of those guys where every year when his contract negotiation would come around, he'd say,
boom,
I got to be able to eat my steak, drink my whiskey, and like live in my 1-bedroom house.
No way, man.
Yeah, dude.
Mark Harmon's got a fucking
He
estate.
was Gibbs.
He's
Nah,
got property.
he
He's got a
lived like
ranch,
Gibbs.
dude. He's got a
He had
ranch that's
one
got
set
like
of silverware.
5
He had
houses on
one
it.
set of silverware.
No.
He didn't even have a knife. He would just use his pocket knife. Dude, that was the best. Gibbs would fucking cook a steak over the fire. He has a whole kitchen, and he would cook it over the fire in his living room and put it on like a used paper plate, no seasoning or anything, and just eat it
What a
with a
depressed
plastic
man.
fork and a pocket knife that he would pull out, and then he would like
That's
right
so
back in the
gross,
pocket.
dude. I feel like Gibbs could like cut his steak by just staring at it until it like cut itself, until there was a laceration.
I'm glad we
in
got
the
some
beef.
Gibbs talking.
We had to get a little Gibbs talk in,
Yeah.
which I think is probably, now that we've got that quota, I'm sure we can finish off the episode right here.
Yeah, I think
All
that
right.
seems fair.
Top notch. I love it.
Andy, I love you.
I love you too. Let's get out of here. Thanks, folks.